Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 100th Suarez live stream. Can you believe it? We've made it, everybody. For what has seemed like a lifetime ago to where we're at now, we've achieved exactly 100 live streams. I can scarcely believe it. Ah, my goodness me. We have worked solidly for the best part of 3 or 4 days, and I mean solidly, to bring you something very, very special tonight. And we wanted to celebrate the 100th live stream with another 100 milestone, and that is the amount of artworks I'm going to try and paint this evening. You heard me correctly. As the balloons tell you in the corner, I'm going to paint 100 artworks. Now relax, don't panic, sit down, be comfortable. I'll explain exactly how and why a little bit later on, but for now, they're the headline figures. We've got the balloons in the building. It is a celebration. We're so glad you've made it here this evening to join us for this very special night. And I'm sure we'll be doing this when we hit 1,000, 10 times better. But look, for now, this is just the most exciting thing. 100, 2 years ago. Can you believe that? Just under 2 years ago we started. We've only missed 3 in 2 whole years. We fought through floods in the studio, outside the studio, power cuts, illness, holidays, you name it, to bring you the best, greatest art show on the internet. That's what we believe. You're here watching it. Of course you know that's absolutely true. So I got to ask the question, who's seen every single one of them then, eh? I know I have. I've seen every one of them. Have you?
I have. Yeah. I've watched every one.
Yeah, he definitely has. A big hello to AD out in control, because of course there is no live stream without him. We want to welcome you all if you're watching on YouTube in the full 4-camera high definition experience. We're going to wave hello to everybody out on Instagram. Lots of people queued up and watching there. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Are we ready to get the party started? Should we do it, guys? What do you think, dude? Should we ask Shia? Should we do it? If anybody knows Shia LaBeouf, tag him on Twitter or something. Let him know that he's our inspiration. Let's do it, buddy. Let's do it.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Ah, brilliant. Right then. Okay, folks. That's it. Now, you may like to know that something different is happening over here. We're going to do some shout outs. We're going to say hello to everybody. Everybody join in the conversation. Everybody join in the chat. It's our family. This is our time to celebrate. But let me explain what's going on here. You might like to know that amongst all the razzmatazz and the banners and balloons, we have got something rather special. I'm going to walk around here and I'm going to talk you through exactly what's going on here. This, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is 100 artworks. In fact, actually, I tell a lie, there's 102 here. If I'd have just had 100, it would have really messed with my chi. If I'd have missed 2 off the end, can you believe that? No, I couldn't possibly have that. We've got 102 individual artworks on the tables down here. How spectacular is that? So, you might be wondering why. Well, I'm going to tell you why a little bit later on. So I'm going to keep you in suspense for now, but I'm going to talk you through exactly how these were done and what we're going to do this evening. Should we do that? I think we should do that. Right. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up to the corner cam, because I want to show you, this is very exciting, folks. I want to show you just how hard AD and I have worked in the last few days. You probably know us anyway. We are hard-working individuals. Of course we are. Instagram, let's turn you around. But we've really gone for it this time. How else do you produce 100 things, 102, for one evening? Well, I'll show you. These are the artworks. This is the base of them. Don't worry, the cup doesn't come with it. Ha 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 ha. This is just so that they can stand on something. Okay, these were cut from Perspex, and I mean proper, real branded Perspex, which is acrylic sheet. Each one of these has been hand cut by AD to a specific size. Each single one of these then, and I'm going to show you this, am I? Yes, I am, has been etched on the back with its own number, unique reference number, and I've signed it. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment. And then we've taken each one, we've balanced it and stuck it with a glue gun on a cup so that it will sit together with all the rest of them on the tables. So not only have we done that, we then had to organise the tables. The tables have had to be made level. And then we spent an inordinate amount of time yesterday setting all these up. In fact, we recorded that on video. Sorry, Instagram, not for you guys. You'll have to stare at me. Would you like to see us constructing them? And how long this took? We've sped it up. We recorded it all for you. Because honestly, the level of obsession this has taken to get this far is just, it isn't real. But this is it. Aidan's going to cue the little time lapse up of us putting all these together. Have a check this out. Right, so here oh, the music is going. Excellent. Right, so you can hopefully see now on the screen what's it. There is the other. I'm rubbing them and lining them up. Look, and this is the overhead view that you're seeing now of me trying to obsess by getting them all straight. Now, of course, I have to leave a little bit of gap in between them. Of course I do, because the paint's got to go through. We've got to be able to separate them at the end of the day. And this is the kind of, with 102 of them, they've all got to be done in order. Now, this is a very exciting thing. As you watch this time lapse, there is a specific order to this. And I'm not going to tell you the reason why they are all in a chronological order until a little bit later on. I'm going to keep you in suspense because, again, I don't think when I reveal this, anybody's ever attempted this before. So there is a whole reason why there's 102. And there's a reason why they start in the corner with a particular number and end in this corner with another. There's also a reason why, again, as you watch this on the overhead shot of us time-lapsing, the front and back tiles, and I'll show you those when we're off the time-lapse, are slightly bigger than all the ones in the middle. What, Ed? What? Why is this? Well, I'll tell you a little bit later on. Oh, so there you go. There you go. There they're all being lined up on the screen. Second to last one going on. Where's number 102? It's just about to go on. There you go. Sorry, Instagram, you can't see this. This is for our friends on YouTube. And the last one going into position. There it is, which is that one there. Little bit of adjustments and some fine-tuning, and that's it, folks. They're almost all laid in, and that's why we put the cups on the back. And that's how we've managed to secure everything. And in a second,
how about that then?
I'm going to show you the underside of
Where's
this because this is utterly mind-blowing, which I'll show you in just a second.
That's 100.
Okay, so back on corner cam. How cool was that? Oh my goodness. Now, you might have just seen in that video that we just showed you that sped up. Actually, all the tiles, all the acrylics, had no paint on them. The eagle-eyed amongst you will see there are rivers of black paint everywhere because earlier on today, oh yes, we were pouring paint on here. In fact, we poured about 7 litres of paint onto this earlier on, and we caught that on video too. So can we cue that one up, buddy? Here we go. Now, well, you guys, yeah, who's this? Who is this? Again, Instagram, this is for everyone on YouTube. Look. Who was it last week who said, oh, wouldn't it be a good idea if Adi did some painting and we swapped? Well, we've made that come true for you tonight, everybody, because there on your screen is Adi with his rubber gloves on. And he is actually putting paint onto the artworks. There you go. We said we'd give it to you. And there it is. There's Adi pouring it on at speed now. Off we go. Look at him. He's like a rabbit. Off he goes. No stopping the man. There we go. We got that box ticked, didn't we, everybody? So there he is. So there we go. So that's slowed down a little bit as well. You've got to be so careful because this is a bit like dominoes. You can imagine, can't you? If we were to knock one, the entire lot would go. In fact, we had a bumblebee in here early on. And we had to, oh, it's Callie who said about, yeah, Callie, you've got your wish. Yeah, we had a bumblebee in here early on. We thought, no, don't land on any of them because you might send it as a domino effect, in which case we'd have to start all over again. Okay, but remember everybody, there's a reason for everything we've done. There's a reason why they're numbered. There are reasons why they're in order. And there are reasons why we've gone to so much trouble to do this. And we will reveal that in not too long. Okay, so bear with us and we will tell you exactly the reasons why. So this was this afternoon. This is what you can see on the screen now. And there we go. Oh, you can see him, 80 pouring. Oh, I'm pouring. So I'm glad that Carl Miles's OCD approves of this. That's excellent. So I tell you what we're going to do. While you quickly see this on screen, let's do a few shout outs. Oh, Cosfia. Yeah, hello, Danita. It's very good to see you here. A good friend from Germany watching. Funny Fox is also here. Hello, Funny Fox. Denise Weeks, Callie, and Pan, and Deb, and Ian, as always. Amran, Ashley Fletcher. Hello, everyone. That's fantastic. Morgan's Cat, hello. Fluffy Smudge Workshop, Sonia, the Rita, Almino. This is fantastic. Loads of people in the house. Henry the Artist, Dated Rhyme. Mr. Dan and Mr. Stoop said to watch. Thank you, Dated Rhyme. Yes, I must say a big thank you to Dan Bull as well. Very big YouTuber and good friend of mine who 100 live streams ago gave some very good advice on equipment and other things about doing live streams. And here we are 100 later. Also as well to the Stupendium, another incredible YouTuber and content creator, so thank you to both of them. Who else do we need to say hello to? Kirsty Bow, IB Runners, Terry Sarah, Lara Bird, Joseph Swan, Mark Begbie is here. Have I said hello to everybody? I hope so. Epic Art Time, yes, I hope so. 24, Albert Tatlock. Okay, fantastic. Not long to go, guys, and then we're back with the action and we're going to start painting. Starlight Art has also said hello. Fantastic. This is good. Right, okay, we're almost ready to go, Instagram. Thank you for bearing with us. Naveen, Dream Zone, Carrie Hetchler, Gerald. Hello, Gerald. Bridget, Nessian, Technicolor Sketch, JR Hayes, Main Lines, Sylvester, Evage. Yes, Mark from City League. Of course, I remember you. How you doing, mate? Akshay Ray, Ref, the Kosh Studio, Ronaldo, the Ronaldo, Raja Root. Oh, this is fantastic. Loads of people here. Right, there we go, folks. That's how it's been done. Now, to get to this point, okay, can we go on to Rome Cam for a second, buddy? Now, check this out. It's taken a week, guys, right, to get this far. I promise you, a week to get to this point. They're all looking perfect. They're all as straight as we can get them, and they're all ready to go, okay? But would you like to see the underside? Of course you would. We're going to disconnect Rome Cam from the stand. Oh, we're pushing the boat out tonight. Here we go. Right, see if I can get my light on. This is where I've got to take Adie's cue now. Now, can we see? You tell me, mate. When? Oh, stay there. Can you read the number?
So, can you see? KS3010. That's the start of a serial number on that tile.
Yeah, and then look, there's the second one. Look, it's got a different. No. Oh, okay. It's not peeled off, is it? Yeah. So you can see, and look all the way down. Can you see that all the way down there? Look at all the cups. And let's go to the next one. You can see a black mark, yeah. I can't read it from there because I can't get down. 5, yeah, should be number this one, yeah, 005. Yeah. There we go. So how about that? There we go. That's Rome Cam, giving you a little look right the way down all these rows. Okay. Well, I know there's a lot we've had to go through technical wise and how we've done it, but it's all part of the fun, guys, you know. So we'll just relax. Everyone settle down, relax, because we're about to start doing some painting. Right. Like I said, the reason for this, why we've done this, will become clear in about 20 minutes time. So stay where you are, because I think you'll definitely enjoy and be quite sort of startled by what we were going to tell you. John Martinez, hello. Timothy Runkle, happy 100. Hello, Timothy. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think I said that. Yeah. Okay. So fantastic. So much patience. Morgan's cat. Oh, this is great. Everybody chatted to everybody else. It's fantastic. Thank you everyone for your feedback. Right. Okay. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Instagram, I'm going to pull you guys over here. And Roam Cam, if you don't mind, buddy, on it once more. Oh, we're going to go down here. Oh, there were my test pieces, by the way. There you go. So we're testing different paint mixes to make sure nothing melted the tiles. So let's pop you guys. Let's pop Instagram. Let's pop you there. The Wasp, Grandon Boa, and Naveen. Hello. Right. In between the balloons. So let me talk you through the choice of colours this evening. We're going for a bit of a Suarez sort of top kind of colour choice here. All the popular stuff everybody loves. So obviously we've got a little bit of white towards the end. Suarez Blue. Good evening, Suarez Blue. You're going to happen tonight. And we're going for Piaggio Green, a brand new orange. Check it out. Sunset Yellow. Can I get an amen for some purple?
Yay!
Or a yay. And then there's another purple, popularised by a chocolate bar. Then we've got lime coming up. And we've got telemagenta. We've got...
Hey, that's pretty good.
We've got raspberry red. We've got the Queen's Gold. Your Majesty. And if I could get the lid off, pressure. No. Oh, it was all going so well. Who was it who put the lid back on here? Mr. Adrian. And look, we've got a brand new silver. Yes, he did. We've got a brand new silver to use as well. If you're all good, we'll do some silver sprinkles. And if you're very good, this is diamond dust. And I'm going to get a little drop of diamond dust on 102 artwork. I think we've definitely got to do that. Don't you reckon, mate? I think that's got to be done.
Oh, yes.
Right. So that's the principle, folks. Please, if you are new here, feel free to ask as many questions as you want. We'll try our very best to answer them. And I do mean that. We're all part of it, especially if you're new. I knew a few of you have come from Dan Boll and the Stupendium's tweets. That's very kind of them to do that because they're great friends of mine. So we'll try and explain things as we go on. Thank you for your patience thus far. It's necessary because there is a lot going on to this particular evening because we're doing all the groundbreaking stuff that we're so used to doing here. But this one really is pushing the boat out. And a few of you who I know personally know that I've been working with AD so hard this week. We're utterly exhausted, the pair of us. But we do it because we love it. Okay. I am going to get some paint on. Are you ready out there, buddy? Should we get some paint on? Now, I've got to remind everybody that because of the unique nature of how these are held up, i.e. on those cups, I can't go completely mad and just go sploshing tons of paint around because it might collapse everything like a domino effect. So even in my sort of excited state, I've got to be relatively careful on how I approach this so I don't upset everything. No, buddy, I'm just going to drizzle lightly. AD just asked me if I was going to go into with a cup, but no, cups are even more dangerous to me. Instead, I'm going to do some light drizzle. Are we up for a bit of light drizzling? Right then, okay, so let's just make sure everything's all right. So hang on, because I've got a couple of lumps here, some skin. Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry, mate. It's all good. Right, okay, so which camera are we on, buddy? Overhead. I'm going to go that side then. Right, everybody, here we go. First pan. Better late than never. First paint of the night. Here we go. Let's get the Suarez Blue on. Let's see if I can figure this out. I'll start. Oh, I'm having to learn as I go along. No, I'm not happy with that. Sorry. Right, let's go. I'm going to open a fresh Suarez Blue. I'm really not happy with that one. Sorry about that, folks. Give me a second. It literally will be 5 seconds, all right? I'm going to get a fresh can because I'm really not happy. It's too globby. So that's a technical term, by the way, globby. Did you know that?
Say what?
That's better. Okay. Okay, best not mess it up with the first paint of the night, eh? Right, let's try that again. Let's give it a little mix. Not the band, obviously. Did I say hello to Nelson? Not sure. Hello, Nelson, if you have just joined. That's better. That's better, everybody. Look, there we are. Right. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's better. Right. Let's see how this pans out, because this is all about me building a little bit of confidence with the material. I say because what I don't want to do is get them all falling apart like a stack of dominoes. So we're going for a very loose technique here. I think I'm going to work in threes at a time. Now, I'll tell you something quite interesting. This is actually, this is going to get Are you ready for what I'm about to say? This, although it comprises of 102 components, which of course it does, is being painted as one artwork. Now, for those curious-minded amongst you, if you're thinking, yes, but why, Ed? I will tell you a little bit later on, but absolutely and 100%, whilst I'm concerned with every single one having paint on it and standing on their own merit as individual works of art, I am incredibly wary and considerate of the fact that these also form part of a much larger single mass. And again, there is a reason why that is important, but I will reveal that a little bit later on. For now, though, this is good. We're getting a good underpinning now of blue on there. We might return back to the blue at some point. This is good. I don't see any wobbling at the moment. Okay, and I have to work reasonably quickly on this. Make sure all 102 have a reasonable amount of paint on them. And I'm just looking, especially where I've got the centres going on, that the distribution is fairly even. And it already, because we put the base coat on earlier, about sort of 2, maybe 3 hours ago, it's changing what happens to the paint, which is really interesting. Because in some places it's disappearing and in others it isn't. And yeah, like here. So I guess this is entirely dependent on how much the volume of paint on each tile. Oh, this is going to get interesting, isn't it? Because it's disappearing in some places. Well, we've successfully, folks, got the first paint on live stream 100. Yeah, with 100 artworks. Oh. Well, the second, yeah, if you count the black, obviously. Right, well, that's a relief. We know we've got something here. Right, Suarez blue, tick in the box, done. Right, so it has got blue on it. 80, my eyes in the sky. There's one that's just shy of a little drop of blue here. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll keep the lids off, and then if stuff starts to change, we can react to it, can't we? It's not Shia LaBeouf. It's Shia the Blue. Okay, that's fine. Am I missing anywhere else? Anybody? I think. Oh, look, this one. That's not too hot. That's not too happy, is it? And there. Oh, this is. It's just eating it up. I might have to do it later. It's eating it alive. It's all got something on those, and that's good. Right. Okay. Color number 2, please. So, folks, let me know what your feedback is so far in terms of the amount of work that we've done on it. You know, always interested to see what you think. Who said it would be a splashback? Kirsty Bow. No, it's not going to be a splashback, Kirsty, but that's a good one. It's a good one. From Little Fox, Ed, your painting is amazing. Thank you very much. George is learning to type. Excellent. We love to get all our younger viewers involved here. So if you've got nieces, nephews, kids, or anybody visiting, get them in front of the TV. It's a very, very family-oriented show. It's all nice and above board. And as you can see, we're going with my favourite colour next, which is orange. Instagram, how is that? for a mega orange colour. Oh, I like it. That's going on next, friends. Let's do it. Right, I think I'll start from this side on this occasion. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Whatever it's going to be, it'll be one. Is that sorry? Whatever it's got, it's going to be one beautiful wall. Well. Oh, Geraldine, the blue is fabulous. Thank you. So true, Ashley. Nelson wants red. I got red queued up, Nelson. Right, here we go with the orange. Now, this is a new orange I've not used before. Oh, nice. I'm liking that. Oh, it's very neon, very funky, isn't it? So I'm just going to go in rows of 3. Hopefully that's going to look really strong on the camera. This is nice. Now, can you work out the reason why we've base coated them black? I hope so. It's because, obviously, this painting method, because I can't go too heavy because of them leaning on the plastic cups. This method means by base coating them that there is at least paint over everything, and that's important. Didn't want any of the acrylic to be just bare at the end of this particular session this evening, because this is it. It won't have any more on. We are painting this right in front of your eyes, and that will be it. I will not return back to it. So how it finishes tonight is how it stays forever. And this whole principle about the forever thing is very important. Remember when I said this is actually, I'm treating it as 102 artworks, but also as a single entity. Now it's very profound, and I want you to keep that in mind for when I eventually tell you the reasons why this exists and what it's for and why it's here. And it's also very significant that we're doing it tonight as well. So I want to make sure I link that center together. Yeah, the center's looking good. So between panels 3 and 4, or 4 and 3, depending on which way you're looking at it, I'm going to make sure I've got links across them. Yeah, that's good. Yes, yeah, Morgan's cat saying it's a great orange colour. Morgan's cat, Stupendium Orange, yes, the Stupendium, which is fantastic content creator out on YouTube and songwriter. I think it's his branding colour. Okay, Funny Fox, is it a massive art puzzle? That's a good one. No. Good guess. If you want to keep guessing, folks, as to the whys and the wheres and all the other stuff, please do. Now, on the overhead, we are now on, check it out, Piaggio Green. Ooh, nice. So we're going to get some of that on. It's a little bit thicker. Instantly, in the hands, I can feel this is quite thick. So I'm now going to stoop down. I'm going to change my position and I'll slightly change the technique. And I'm going to go a lot finer. I can go a lot finer. This is more sort of the intimacies of the paint here. I can go fine now because it's a little bit thicker. So I have actually got a little bit more control, which is nice. So let's see if we can make some of these whoops and swooshes quite pronounced. But I want them, this is good. What this is, it's allowing me to do this is quite fine sort of lines, if you can see that, which is really nice. So we're just building colour up. We're going to get to the other colours in a minute. So if you've got a favourite colour, the chances are, hopefully, we'll be featuring that very shortly. And make sure I get, yeah, this. It's like a bonfire night. It's like fireworks going off, isn't it already? And we haven't even got to the yellows, no, and the reds and the golds. Amazing. And you're seeing this develop right in front of your eyes. Technique is relatively straightforward, you know. I'm not trying to raise the Titanic or cure cancer. It's a simple technique, but a very effective one. It is very Pollock-esque, as Age is reminding me in my ear, as we sort of wind to and from and around and about. For those of you who've not seen the broadcasts before, I'm wearing a face mask with a breathing apparatus because the paints are extremely toxic, and I wouldn't make 100 live streams certainly if I didn't have my mask. But they only stay in this kind of state for around about 4 days. from the point at which they I stopped painting, so they do have an inert state, which is really nice. Stops you from, well, dying basically. Okay, so let's have a review. We are 3 colours down. We'll change my gloves in a minute, and in about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to reveal exactly why we're doing this. Ooh, it's exciting. I know I can't. I've just got to choose the right time to be able to tell you. So the Painted Kitchen has joined. Thank you for joining us. Where should we put your Instagram? Are you guys okay here having a look? Funny Fox has got to go, but thank you so much, Funny Fox, for joining us. That is awesome. Thank you again. Funny Fox, I know, one of the regular viewers. Pretty much seen virtually all of the live streams. So we really appreciate that. I know there's quite a few of you who have done that. So what have we got up here? Just having a look. Oh, yeah. Ian Holmes wants to take one of the tiles out and make it one of those sliding games, you know, that you're always sliding the tiles around trying to make a pattern. Yeah, if you could do this one, Ian, and solve it, yeah, I think you'll be doing very well. Right, folks. Okay, can I hear a bit of love for some purple? Should we do some purple?
Purple.
I know my learned colleague is very excited to get some purple on. So we're going to start. I think we'll start over this side. Let's go into this corner, and let's see how we get on. So again, like we did on the Piaggio green, I'm going to feel the paint. I know it sounds a bit odd, just to feel it. Now, even now I can see, and I'm not entirely sure whether Adi will be able to pick this up, but the background black is really having quite a profound effect on some of these tiles already, which is quite interesting. I didn't think it would, because it's all basically the same paint. Well, it is all the same paint. And some seem to be swallowing the paint up, while others are quite happily letting it sit on the surface, which is really interesting. Now, remember, we're on a different material, i.e. What is essentially polycarbonate sheet, acrylic sheet, and it's normally canvas, as the regular viewers of you will know. Don't really paint onto acrylic sheet, except when we're doing splashbacks for clients, which is something that we do, you may like to know. In fact, I posted out on social media, I think it was yesterday, a recent splashback that we've done for a client in London. It looks amazing. We even colour matched some of his favourite colours. I think it's pretty cool too. So this is a similar kind of thing that we'd be doing for kitchen splashbacks. It's certainly not cut into 102 pieces and gone to all this trouble to do it. It is normally, although it's a hard thing to do, it is normally easier to do them as a single sheet. However, when I tell you the reasons why this exists and all those other things, like I keep promising, I think you will understand why we've gone to all this trouble, because it is pretty cool. And while he's oh, can I stand just very carefully? Lot of this input is from Adi, so I have to give Adi a huge amount of thanks, even though it's cost us sleepless nights, aching bones, and very little in the way of anything outside work for the past week. The way he's pushed this and driven it and had inspiration behind it is extraordinary. So just from me, mate, thank you very much. I know it's been a bit stressful in places, but I'm very grateful for making me do this and showing me what can be done. So there you go, mate. That's from me. Right. Oh, Geraldine M could see this on a wall in a restaurant or club. Interesting. Nice. Right. Okay. Insta, we okay? Well, in about 5 minutes, in fact, I'll get the yellow on, and if you want, I'll tell you. Yeah? I will tell you exactly the reasons why we're doing this. So I'm going to get the yellow on. So this is it. Not long to go now. Let's get the yellow on. I'm going to start in this corner. Insta, tell me if this is all right. You can see this okay. Hopefully you can. And there you've probably got a good view on remote cam of me trying to work up the piece here. What's interesting as well, if you actually sort of extrapolate this out a little bit, is that, of course, I need to get every colour on every piece Of course I do. But equally, even though the technique is relatively straightforward, because I've got so much freedom in my arm and wrist movements and hand gestures, I can uniquely then make every single tile not only original and unique, which of course it is, but I can decide to change or modify some of the drip and pour techniques as I go along, which I'm kind of feeling my way through the paint as we do that. Okay, we've got some amazing colours to come, folks. Look, we're already starting now to build up all these mini Pollock-esque kind of features that are going on. Love it, love it. This is really starting to feel like something's pretty special now. It's been a little while since I've done anything really Pollock-esque. It's such a liberating technique. It's so beautiful, you know. That man was an odd character and challenged by life. But he disrupted the art world in the most extraordinary way, and still does to this day, to be honest. And no matter whether you deem it as art, expression, or however you decide to classify what he did 70 years ago, there's no getting away from the fact that he broke so many boundaries and rules. It was even difficult to quantify what exactly he was doing. But the net result is something that's liberating, it's free, it's uniquely exhilarating, and to be enjoyed as just an absolute spectacle, which is the basic principle behind what we're doing tonight. Okay, I'm going to take the gloves off. Well, thank you, Ian. That's a very, very nice comment. You're saying that, you know, the specialist kind of line here is great big individual pieces, but even at this scale, each block stands on its own merit. So thank you very much for that. Pan says New York 1982. Right. What happened in New York in 1982 then, Pan? Was that an exhibition or an expo on Pollock? Is that when you saw the work? Interesting. Right. So I think then, shall we, buddy? Shall we explain what's going on while I get the next gloves on? The next pair of gloves? What do you think? Okay. Right, so this is the reason why it exists. And that's the reason why. So, yeah, I hope that all makes sense. Let me just take a little sip of water. Just give myself a breather for a second. Did you enjoy that? We're just playing with you, aren't we? Oh, come on, we're going to have fun. What are those 100 in the corner? 100 is about celebration, isn't it? I mean, come on, give me a chance. Right. Ada's going to reset my mic. Okay. Thanks, Pan. Yes, it reminded you of a subway car in 1982. Excellent, that's good. Oh, I'm glad you were going to enjoy all that. Right, okay, folks. This is why it exists. So Instagram. This is it. This is the whole reason. All right, so you can see it. Let's just move you guys over here. Oh no, I know. Come on, Ed, tell us, for goodness sake. Stop hanging on. Okay. Which camera, buddy? Okay. Corner's fine. Okay. 102 individual artworks. Each one of these, of course, exists on its own merit and in its own right. And from the very top right-hand corner all the way through to the bottom left-hand corner, every single one is uniquely identified. And although I won't show you too much because it'll give it away, on this sheet. Okay? So we have a complete location for every single one of them. So let me pose you this question, everybody. If this was split up and these artworks found their way into all four corners of the globe, can you imagine in 20 years, 50 years, maybe even 100 years, to get them all back together again in order because of their numbering system, which we recorded, and put them all back together to recreate that one single work of art. Imagine for a moment if you had one of these pieces. I'm going to pull out number 2. I'm going to point to it. Yes, let's get the camera on it. Number 2. This is number 2. Okay, we're looking at it here. So number 1, number 2. Okay, get your eyes on that. Ian Holmes, that's yours. Ian Holmes, on this broadcast right now, yours is number 2. You got that? Would you want to know why? And do you want to know how? And more importantly for everybody else, why is Ian Holmes getting number 2, which is that second one down on this side? Well, I'm going to tell you, folks of Instagram and of YouTube. You may like to know that Ian Holmes is one of our patrons. And he's been a patron pretty much since we started. And Ian is patron number 2. Now you might be starting to get the idea. So Ian gets the second one, which is serialed, specially serialed, with a long number and number 2 at the end, with my signature etched on the back, just like all 102. And Ian gets that because Ian is a patron. And he was patron number 2. And I'll tell you who was patron number 3. A lady called Paula Telegin. And I hope I've got your name right, Paula. Who can't sadly watch tonight because she's doing a kids run, school run with kids. But she's going to get number 3. She doesn't know that yet because she became a patron. Now, before you all rush at me with a lot of questions, let me tell you this. The reason we've created this, the reason we've gone to all this trouble, and all this effort, and spent all these nights and thought process and money getting this far, is because we want to reward the people that support us. And actually, folks, it's that simple. All the fluff and apple pie with the 100 live streams and having you here every single week is amazing. But of course, there are some people out there who support us by giving us a small amount of money every month. That's the basic fact. That's what Patreon is. And it helps us reinvest back in here and do all this on a weekly basis because this is a very, very expensive business. So we wanted to reward everybody who supports us. So what better way, guys, than giving away absolutely unique works of art, which all of these are, every single one of them, 100% unique and created in front of you. I can't think of a better way to celebrate that. So that's the reason why they exist. We are trying to give back. That's the whole point of this. And if you want to become a part of that and want one of these, it is the simplest thing to do on the planet. Aidan's just going to pop a link up on the screen for you now and probably pop one in the chat for you because actually, all joking aside, I want you to go and check this out because actually, in a very short space of time, you could be owning one of these. I kid you not. All our current patrons are going to get their numbers depending on when they joined. How incredible is that? How incredible is that? And that's us, guys. We want to give it back.
Yeah, hi guys, it's Adrian. This is for the Patreons. There is 102. On each end, there are what we're calling the keystones, and they are slightly larger. These are for our first 12, our earliest Patreons, of which Ian is one. So he gets a more unique, slightly larger piece because he was one of the earliest adopters of Patreon. Now, we appreciate everything you do for us, guys, even if you're not on Patreon and you're here just to support us in any way you can. But the reason why we started Patreon was that we could then, the money that we get from Patreon, try and invest back into what we do here on the live streams. You know that the setup we've got, we are thousands and thousands of pounds worth in. We've got so many cameras that have failed that we've had to replace. You can see the tripods get destroyed literally on a month by month basis, the floor, everything. So we just wanted to try and say thanks to all our patrons that help us to reinvest back in and carry on doing these live streams. And we've done that for 100 live streams. And I'm gobsmacked that we've done that. I think Ed is as well, that we've managed to keep going that long. And it's because of all you guys, whether you donate a coffee, whether you donate on Patreon, whether you just give us a thumbs up, whether you just watch the videos, whether you just subscribe. Everything to help us move forward with what we're trying to do, which is become a prominent art channel on YouTube. You know, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, TikTok even. Did I say that? But it's trying to move art forward in the 21st century. And you know, we try to push the boundaries with everything. And we just don't think there's enough out there to be seen. So that's what we're doing here. And just thank you to everybody and all of your participation, all of your help. It's greatly appreciated.
And there we go, folks. I literally, there's no way I could have put that any better myself. It's a very heartfelt, personal message from Adrian because, you know, this is a team effort. It always is. I'm just the idiot on the coal face, chucking paint around. You know, we can't begin to tell you how much thought process, organisation, and as Adi rightly says, expense and money that goes into this. And it doesn't matter how many paintings we sell. If we net this part of it loses so much money. And I don't want to make art all about the money because it's about being interested and support. And as he says, you support us in so many ways. This is about giving something back to all of you who support us in that particular way. So yeah, thank you, buddy. That was very good. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's take a breather for a second. Where are we at? I just put some pink on. Did we all get that? Instagram, did we get that? Oh, I hope you did. I hope you did. Lots of hearts and everything. ZG Art Plastica, Koarmasan, and Fine Art, Mivflow. Did I get that right? Mivflow. Right, so this is for Adie's going to zoom down on Ian's. There we go. Okay. Right. There you go, Ian. That's yours developing right in front of your very eyes. This is where we find out Ian wants something specific on his. Do you? Do you want it on there? I don't know. You're watching it. You whatever you want. There we go. I'll come this end as well, so I don't spoil anything. Right, Instagram. Let's move you guys around here. Give you a different view. See what's going on. Oh, we've lost overhead, have we? Let's pull you guys out over there. So things are developing nicely. Right, Ada's going to reboot overhead. Do you need me to pull it? Hang on then, folks. We've got a technical glitch. Nobody move. Oh, and my laptop's... Oh, chat disconnected. Uh-oh. Why am I disconnected? Have we lost internet? Just the camera. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, we've gone blue. Right. We have got a gremlin, I think. Why does my laptop say chat has been disconnected? No, I've got no internet here. Oh, the humanity. Got it back. Okay, well, I got I'm dead over here, mate. I can't see anything on my screen. So anyway, while that's going on and I get some red out, would you like... Well, Geraldine, you could go check it out. You'd be part of something amazing. And actually, can you imagine as time goes on and we become global superstars of art? Can you imagine then being one of 102 people around 6, 8, 7, 8 billion people who's got one of these? Actually, think about that for a second. That's kind of pretty cool, isn't it? You know, my laptop's still not happy. Yes, so while I put some red on, hopefully you're still getting this because my laptop seems to not want to play. Oh, it's back on now. That's cool. Yeah, so just going back to the 100. Did we show, buddy, where we started all those 2 years ago? Right, well, so folks, let me ask you a question as the red goes on. Who mentioned red? Is it Nelson? Cameron. So, would you like to see the very first live stream? I think you would. If you've never seen it, check this out. This is just for you on YouTube. You can't see this on Instagram. Go for it, mate. Cue it up. Let's see what the first live stream looked like. Oh my goodness me.
Right, so here's Ed waiting. We weren't sure how long the delay was, so he sort of stood around fiddling around. Yeah, adjusting the camera. Now you can't actually see it, but there's an umbilical cord hanging behind him. He will eventually talk. He's just, I don't know, he's looking at his shoes now, fiddling around.
There's a delay.
But yeah, there's an umbilical cord behind him. You can just about see it above his hoodie. He's waiting, I'm talking to him, and he's nodding his head. And this is how, well, new we were to it. How amateur, shall I call it that? And all the paint all over his face, look, and the old masks. So he is going to talk in a minute, honest.
Oh, mate, how far we've come. An umbilical cord, and look at us now, wire-free and embracing technology. Incredible. And it is really incredible to see how far we've come. I don't know if you can hear me talking yet on the live stream.
You're just about talking
Oh,
now.
just about talking now, look. It's just I don't know why I'm not
Yeah.
already.
Stay quiet so
everyone.
people can hear how bad it is.
I'm so sorry we're a little bit delayed, genuinely. We've had some technical problems. As you might know on the first broadcast, especially with
Now, doesn't that
cameras and
sound like
audio
Ed's
and
got
all
his
that kind of
head in a
stuff.
plastic bag or
But,
something?
Thankfully, finally, I really hope at long last, we are live, we're uninterrupted, we're unscripted. Welcome to Suarez HQ. Run VT!
Oh, and then the VT's awful. Oh my god, it's really loud. Right, so that's enough of that. Go on, Cam.
And that, guys, is where we started. Can you believe that? Almost 2 years ago. Oh, never thought we'd get to 100, honestly. 100 live streams. Good lord. Amazing. Okay, let's just take a moment just to reflect, shall we? Just pop some red on. Red, which is a raspberry. Slightly different colour to what it normally is. Looking really nice. And we're going to go in with a lime green. Oh, gorgeous. And I hope you can see this actually on camera. It's just how much of a personality some of these are starting to take on. I think even I'm getting quite sort of like, wow, that's really interesting. Because what's actually happening here is that these 102, rather than looking like, I mean, they are a single mass, of course they are, but actually look at how all these individual tones are starting to come out and how they look. You know, for something that is essentially a fairly randomized technique, they're all starting to become their own works of art. Well done for staying through the broadcast this far. Look what is actually starting to happen. We're starting to get one mass turning in to the sum of its parts. Wow, isn't that amazing? Now, I did not expect that before we came on air, but this is starting to be something really quite extraordinary. And they're all uniquely different. This is great. I can see why Pan thought that this reminded them of a subway in 1982. I presume that's like a New York subway, is it? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I know you. Sorry. So yeah, it's the overground. Yeah, not the subway. Yeah, the overground. So what I'm trying to do now, it's almost a subconscious thing for me, to be honest, is I'm just trying to even things. Well, not even things, but just I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm kind of zoned out. I mean, I'm always in a zone anyway, but this is starting to get. This is very exciting. This is very exciting. You could definitely see some join points, you know, where you get paint going across and back and forth and that kind of thing. Need to change gloves
Need
again.
more storage? Say
Sorry, just going to talk to 80 seconds. No, buddy, that was much later. It was it'd been sold. It might be in the 2019 sold. I'm not sure. No, probably 2020 towards the bottom. I just can't remember the name of it. It's the second one. Copacabana. No, before Copacabana. Copacabana was the second one. The first one I can't remember. Copacabana was that lady that cooked us the gorgeous mango cheesecake. Okay. So Age is going to see if he can find you a picture of the very first live stream painting. After the Rain, there we go. Oh yes, you know who had that? Our running friend overlooking the bay. Yeah. Just ignore us while we just go and have a chat about who bought the first one. This was the very first live stream painting that you can see on the screen now, and it's called After the Rain. And there we go. That's what we did 2 years ago, almost 2 years to the day. Now I'm going in with the splodges of gold. So I'm changing my technique now, just while you're having a little look at that on the screen. So everything's going to get a little drop of gold on. This is nice. Oh, this is really started to refract in the light. Beautiful. Now, because this is unthinned, it has some very interesting quality. I don't want to, just keep everything with the same kind of technique all the time. So the gold and the silver is going to be dropped in blobs. It's pretty much the only way I can describe it. And then we're going to get on the diamond dust, people. So Zane is asking a very good question. Is there more paint on the middle tiles than the outside ones? Well, I don't think necessarily. Trying to keep it fairly even. There are some tiles over in that corner, which, although there's volume of paint is there, the black has kind of swallowed it up, which I think is really quite interesting, actually. I'll get it on Roam Cam, don't worry. I'll give you all the close-up shots in just a moment, everybody, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I mean, I think this is, because it's one work of art, but it's also 102. There is a challenge, and the challenge for me is, because I've never done it before, is how to make it credible as a single piece and also then as 102 individual ones. And so far, contrary to what anyone might say, I think that's going really well. Yeah. In fact, as I look at each one, and we'll have a look at that on Roam Cam, there is something uniquely different and appealing about every single one. And as you're right, Zane, when you look at some of these here, without too much paint on, and yet you look at the ones with tons on, it's nice to have that contrast between the two. And I think this is down to two things. It's the volume of paint that went on as a base coat, and it's also the slight variations in angles. And some of them are slightly off on angle because of the way that the cup sits on the back. When you're doing 102 of them, and you have to go through about 6 or 7 processes each, it's a lot. It's a lot. They came off the cups once. We put cups on, but didn't put them on the right way round, so they all had to come back off again. Can you believe that? Crazy, isn't it? A real labour of love, this. But that's a good question, Zane, and I appreciate you asking it. Thank you. So we're going in now, folks, with a brand new silver. This is the silver Instagram. The silver's going on. And Roam Cam for a second, buddy. Brand new silver. We're testing this from a company up north. And it's quite interesting. We're still on the hunt for the perfect chromy silver, and we still haven't got there yet. But this looks particularly interesting, so we're going to have a go with this. And then before I put some white on, so we've still got Roam Cam set on the angle for Ian's, of course we have. So I'm just going to get the silver on, and we're going to do this in blobs. We had a little practice earlier on, and determined that blobs, for the kind of consistency and type of paint this is, blobs were better. So we're going to get some little mirror kind of blobs going over. This is like the stellar kind of spacey thing going on now. Where did I get to here? Yeah. Well, Ian's come up with a sensational title. Can you just remind me of that again, because I've forgotten? Fractal Endowment. The gifting of something in many pieces. Interesting, Ian. A gift in many pieces. Wow. We are getting deep and heavy tonight, folks. Right, let's ramp this up a bit. So we're working our way around. We're making sure everything has got some of this chrome on. And then we're going to do the diamond dust, folks. I don't know how long we're going to do this for. It's until it's right. But you can't go now. You can't go now. You've got to see how it turns out. So we're just making sure that everything's got a drop of silver on it. And these are the beautiful little blobs. And as these dry, the hope is they'll become like tiny little mirrors. How nice is that? Such as our quest for the perfect silver has led us to this point. Marvelosa. Right, put a bit more on that one. Now, for anybody who's unsure what Patreon is, we're going to... are we going to show everybody on the screen, buddy? Let's show you a little bit on the screen. You can head over there. Now, if that's the kind of thing that interests you, and let's be honest, it's only a click of a mouse, then you can find us on the link we put already in the chat, or just below the description. Just below the description, you can find that where it says show more. In fact, Adi will probably pop another link on. If you don't mind popping another link on, buddy, that will be awesome. And we'll show you exactly where you can find that. And there's 2 more things we're going to do while you have a little look at the Patreon page. Look, you can support us from just $3. $3, the cost of a coffee. All right, there's lots of benefits. You get a discount on the merch. There's all kinds of really cool benefits. You know, this is all about giving back to you guys, which is amazing. So there we go. That hopefully will familiarise you with what that's all about. Right, the gloves are off because we've got 2 more things that are going to happen here, folks. My chat doesn't work, mate, so I literally have nothing. It will not connect me to chat. And Ashley Fletcher has signed up to Patreon. Thank you very much, Ashley. That's very kind of you. Should we give a cheer for anyone who's online who's just signed up, mate? Should we do a... Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Marvellous, thanks Ashley. Right, great to have you on board. So, can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a heart or a wave on Instagram? Or a like? Let's get those likes going. Okay, for some diamond dust. I'm not kidding you. This is certified diamonds. There we go, Instagram. And now we're going to sprinkle that a little bit on every single one. So, if you are going to receive one of these at some point, this is proper diamond dust. Okay, it's going on. Right, it is the last of it. Make sure I don't put too much on, otherwise it's going to run out. I promise you it's on here, all right? I promise you. Look, if you receive one of these, you'll be able to go back online and have a look and identify it. So, yeah, there it is. Okay, got to remember which row I've got to. Which one was it? Did I do 2 or 3 row? Right, so I need to go to the center. So I've got that. Okay, I'll just go to 3. Oh, I've done that one already. That's got two lots on. Oh, this is going to get... No, that's got it. I can see it. Oh, we're only just going to have enough. It's getting tense here in the studio. Oh, that's got too much on. Somebody's going to be lucky. What's that? D76, is it? Oh no, D76 has got loads of diamond dust on it. Who's going to get to... It's going to be a random lucky dip. As to who gets what. Right. Oh. Oh, I think we're going to be all right, mate. We might be able to go for a second trip round. Yeah, we're okay. Last of the diamond dust is going on. As long as there's some on everything. That's all that matters. This one's quite interesting. It's almost in the centre. Completely different to the ones around it. How bizarre. Right, I think some of these are going to get a second drop on it, but that's fine. We're not worried about that, are we? We're all friends here. Where else do you get this on the internet? Oh, right, let's go for a random sprinkle. Nice. Right, there's a little blob on the ends. And would you like to know who's got number 1? Shall we reveal who's got number 1, mate? All right, because you all know, because you've all seen them on the chat. Number 1 is Funny Fox. It's Funny Fox, who I think has probably watched most of the live streams, was our very first patron. And I know Funny Fox isn't watching at the moment, but I'm sure they'll be very, very pleased to know, wherever they are, that they're going to get number 1. So there we go. Now, where did I put my cap? Yeah, yes, just says Dust 2, mate. Eddie was just asking me what it says on the lid. Right, you can just see that. That says D and it's Dust and then 2 underneath. So that's it. It's all gone, folks. So that, every single one has got diamond dust on it. Okay, brilliant. So we've got 10 colours on. Can you believe that? And the last one we're going to do is white. So we're just going to bring this alive now. This is the last one, folks. Oh, this is so good. Tell me, what do you think so far? Isn't this incredible? What a journey we've been on. Yeah, well, thank you, John. It's denoting a wall to hang it on. Well, John, all you got to do is sign up to Patreon. That's all you got to do, my friend. It's dead easy. It doesn't cost a lot. And then we'll get one out to you. We'll pay to ship it out to you. It's as simple as that, John. Go for it, buddy. Go for it. I think you deserve it. You also think about all the exclusive stuff you get. If you think this is great, you wait to see the other benefits. Seriously. Whoa. For being a patron, mate, what do you get? Well, firstly, you get a really, really big discount for all the merchandise. The second thing is, depending on the tier that you're on, you also get one of these. Of course you do. What else do you get? You get exclusive content. And I mean that. We normally do an update every single Friday. And on there is stuff that we don't publish anywhere else. So that's exclusive to you. There's a wonderful community now starting to come out there. We'll also give you a shout out if you want one. Some people do, some people don't. Yeah, I just said that, didn't I? Yeah, you still get a discount on the merch, mate. Yes, of course. So all our wonderful Suarez merchandise, we give you a really generous discount on that. And essentially, you just get to know first when everything's happening before everybody else. Okay. Right, so, Ed, talk us through. We're getting some fine lines of white on now. This is just the finishing touch. This is our homage to all things in the stars. It's beautiful, it's elegant. I'm using a spatula this time because it delivers the paint down onto the painting in a slightly different way to how the spoons do. It's a lot more accurate, and actually the flow rate, because it's made of a different material, the flow rate changes. So actually I can get a much more controlled rate of descent, so to speak, by using this than you do on the spoon. So it's not like a preferred tool, but it's one that certainly does give quite an interesting effect. And as you can see now, hopefully, if Ada can give you an overhead shot, that's brilliant. Thank you. These are the really kind of sensual sort of movements, the elegant twists and turns. And as you can see now, hopefully you can see it all starting to link together so that, long after we're gone, when this is all put back together again, what a story this is going to make. And its birth and creation has been immortalized for as long as we have computer servers, which I think will probably be for the rest of time. Isn't that amazing? And to think, if you're still watching, you've been part of that tonight. And as Adi says, your support is absolutely mind-blowing to us. Thank you, because if nobody watched, would we still be doing it? Probably not. There wouldn't be much point, would there? But still, you come back week after week and join us, and we appreciate that more than I can ever say. Genuinely. I feel like we've got the most amazing community, the most amazing family, and I feel extremely blessed that you're receptive and eager and enthusiastic about everything we do. And we're always trying to push the boundaries. We're always trying to come up with something new, and we're always trying to reinvent the wheel. And we'll